All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here on this very late night impromptu stream. I really wish I didn't have to do. I was already in bed and I had already heard of some things relating to the topic I'm going to be discussing here today. And then I got some more emails from people behind the scenes, and I really felt the need to drop everything and talk about this. This is that serious. But before we get to all of that, let me first of all make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. I'm very distraught, so forgive me if I have trouble getting out the words today. I'm very distraught by this whole situation. This is no joke. This is absolutely not a joke. This is absolutely 100% real. Like everything I do here is. Let me check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. It should be rolling in just a second here. Let me see. Yeah, okay, we're rolling smoothly on the back end. And let me also make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out. And it looks like it just did. And let me do a sound check. The need to drop everything and talk about this. This is that serious. But before we get to all of that, let me first of all make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. I'm very distraught, so forgive me if I have trouble getting out the words today. I'm very distraught. All right. Everything is rolling smoothly. We've already got one person here, probably many more to join. While we're here live, and many more will more than likely, or at least I hope, see this on the replay. Wow. I'm at a very severe loss for words. This is no joke. I'm at a very severe loss for words. Never in my life have I ever seen anything like this happen, especially online. I've never seen anything like this happen, where one man and his group called the Legion continues to just do the most vile, crazy, stupid, and harmful things as a way to continue to amp up their content so that way they continue to gain traction. Donna, good morning. Welcome to the show. Excuse me. Give me a second here. I'm sorry. I had to clear my throat for a second. I had to mute. Welcome, Donna. There's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. Forgive me if it takes a bit to respond. This is a very seriously natured show here. Yeah, I've just never seen one person, in this case Jamie, and his group that he calls the Legion, just do such harmful things to people. And even if they think it's just for cringy entertainment content, or even if it's store-bought and paid for by his sponsor Brian, also known as Nothing But Silicone, aka now known as Wise Night Silicone, whoever is pushing this agenda, whether it's the sponsor paying Jamie to do it and he has to comply, or Jamie's just doing this on his own free will out of frustration within his own self, it's just not right. It's absolutely not right. And I'm here to stand up today for another serious victim, a very serious victim here that is in a pretty serious situation at this moment. At least that's, what I've been told by several people that have emailed me and messaged me behind the scenes privately. Several people have made me aware of this. I'm not going to mention any names. The Legion can throw any names that they think, are feeding me this information. I don't really care. I believe it to be true based on the circumstances, and I trust the people of my community here. Please smash the thumbs up and please share this out. This is very important. that as many people as possible see this. I'm exhausted, folks. I'm exhausted. I've been doing, stream after stream after stream from the studio every day to tackle on another issue that stems from the Legion, and what they continue to do to amp up their content, which tremendously harms other people. It harms both men and women. But it's interesting to me, and it's not surprising to me, but it's interesting that, most of the people that Jamie goes after are women, because women are very emotional and they're more prone to react than men, because women at a natural biological level respond to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment. And he preys on their vulnerabilities for his content. In this case, what he's done here today is he's put a woman in a very serious situation, whether he realizes it or not. And I think he realizes it and he doesn't care. What he cares about is the content that he creates, the reaction he gets, the traction he gets, the money he makes, and fulfilling also any sponsorship agreements, regarding this. Okay. Because I just can't seem to figure out any other logical reasons why he would behave this way. It's just very vile. And he wouldn't want people coming at him in this way and putting him in the position where he put one other creator on this platform last night, and probably still at this very current moment. It's a very serious situation, and I'm going to discuss it. I talked with Don about it, and Don's sleeping now. Don said, just get up, get out of bed, and handle this. This is important. I give you my blessing. This is important. We've got to get this out there immediately so people in the morning know what's going on. And if anybody needs, our help, both Don and I are willing to talk with you folks privately behind the scenes. We're willing to have phone conversations with you, and those will not be recorded, and you will be respected, and we will support you. We will support you, and we will help you work through this. So let's just go ahead and get right to it here. The topic is the most despicable act of the Legion yet. Noodle Mesh, Don and I have your back. One more time, the most despicable act of the Legion yet. Noodle Mesh, Don and I have your back. This story has been going on for the past several years. And I heard about this a little bit over the past couple of years as it was transpiring, because obviously, Jamie has always rebroadcasted my content. So, I typically will check in to see what he's doing from time to time. And I kind of knew what was going on with this situation regarding a woman that goes by the name of Mrs. P or Mrs. Portland out here on YouTube. And then another woman that I really didn't know too well until recently. And I didn't realize that this woman, Noodle Mesh, who I'm going to bat for here today, actually got a 2-year stalking order. Sorry, 2 years ago, she got a permanent lifetime stalking order against Mrs. Portland. Please, I want to get it correct here. 2 years ago, Noodle Mesh was granted in the state of Oregon a permanent stalking order on Mrs. Portland. Now, a few years back, while this was happening, I had heard about Mrs. P. I even had Mrs. P on my channel here a few times because I was wondering what was really going on. I wanted to hear her side of the story. And I wanted to see if, what was happening to her was reasonable, or was she a victim, right? And the interesting thing out of all of this is that all of these women at one point or another were a part of the Legion. And the funny thing is, it's not funny, but the ridiculous thing is that Jamie plays these women in ways that benefits him the most during the current time. Back then, it benefited him to support Noodle Mash and to, go at Mrs. P. But now, all of a sudden, Noodle Mash realizes the Legion is very toxic. She leaves the Legion. And now, all of a sudden, Jamie is going to bat and white knighting for Mrs. P. It's kind of funny. Flip-flop, flip-flop, flip-flop regarding whatever suits Jamie's agenda for content during that current time, no matter how much it harms any of the people at hand, right? I had to talk about it because no one else is going to talk about it at the level I do. No one else knows Jamie better than I do. I've known him for over 6 years. The only reason why he's still on YouTube is because I convinced him to stay out here. I motivated him and inspired him many years ago to stay out here. He was going to leave after he got demonetized, over 6 years ago on a channel called The Purple Pill. He was very demotivated him, and I motivated him to stay on the platform. And then look what he started doing. He got sponsored by, Brian. And Brian started to pay him to create this very sickening content that he still continues to pay him to create nowadays, currently. Donna says, I'm familiar with Noodle Mash and her legal issues. She has a right not to feel harassed, but the YouTuber responsible, in my view, shouldn't be on this platform. I agree. No, I agree. We're going to talk about that. That's Jamie. Jamie's responsible. Well, actually, Jamie is partially responsible for what he's done. Actually, he's fully responsible for what he's done right now to Noodle Mash. We're going to get to that because he's put her in a very, very serious position. But yeah, Mrs. P should not be allowed on the platform either. That's for damn sure. But what I'm saying here, Donna, is I want to shed light to people out here that, don't see what's really happening. 1 minute Jamie will go to bat for Mrs. Portland, back then he would go to bat for Noodle Mash over Mrs. Portland. But now that Noodle Mash left the Legion and is no longer donating to Jamie and supporting his cause because she realized it's a very toxic environment, now Jamie flips the script and says, okay, let's get back into bed with Mrs. P. Support her, even though we really don't care about her. Let's just take her side because Noodle Mash is now out of the Legion and we want to make her life miserable for leaving the Legion and use her for content, like everyone else has been saying in Noodle Mash's comment section. That's all it is. It's content, right? It's pathetic, James. Make up your mind. Do you support Mrs. P or do you support Noodle Mash? Because at one point or another, you've supported both of them at one point or another, right? And I remember exactly what happened back in those days. I didn't know Noodle Mash that well until recently, but I remember what happened. So I got a bunch of emails. And I'm just going to come out. I'm not going to mention any names. There were some people that actually, there were a few people that wanted me to call them last night. I didn't get a chance to call them. I was in bed sleeping with Dawn. And then I just kept on thinking about this and I couldn't sleep and I had to get up and do this show. I had to get up and do this show overnight in the middle of the night because it's less likely I'm going to be rebroadcast or it's less likely that, there's going to be interruptions. And I just want to get the word out to as many people as possible without the distractions of the dumb shit that Jamie does over there on the rebroadcast, okay? Hey, Anti-Liking Legion, welcome to the show. So we have 35 people here, 3 thumbs up. Please smash a thumbs up. Please share this out. So, I was told, and I have to mention this in ways that are YouTube compliant, so put 2 and 2 together and figure out what I'm saying. I was told by multiple people that, and I say this respectfully because I respect you, Noodle Mash. I heard your entire stream that you did yesterday. I saw all the information you shared, and even if you didn't share that information, I believe you 100%. I believe Noodle Mash was provoked many times by Mrs. P. How do I know that? Because I know how Mrs. P is. I've had her on my show many times in the past, or a few times in the past. I don't think the Mrs. P shows are publicly available here anymore, but I've had her, had Mrs. P on my show before. Mrs. P has also sent me many emails behind the scenes. They were very erratic emails. So I know her character, and I know that Mrs. P is very reactionary. She overreacts. In my opinion, I think she's mentally ill and mentally disturbed. Give me a second here. Okay. I think she's very mentally ill and mentally disturbed. I say that as my opinion. I don't know that as a fact, but that's how she comes off. I see Noodle Mash as a normal, down-to-earth, reasonable woman. I believe Noodle Mash is also married. And she's a normal, down-to-earth person, just trying to create her content out here. And additionally, I guess Noodle Mash and Mrs. P, Mrs. Portland, were acquaintances or knew each other in real life because they both live in Portland, or at least lived in Portland at that time that this happened. Or in the Oregon area, somewhere, near Portland. They live nearby each other. Okay. So I was made aware that Noodle Mash is a 3-time survivor of attempting to end herself or end her life. We got to talk YouTube speak here, okay? I want to be as professional and respectful to Noodle Mash and Team YouTube as well, okay? I was told by several people that Noodle Mash is a 3-time survivor of attempting to end herself or end her life. When I read those emails from multiple people, it absolutely broke my heart. And I got some emails also telling me that something has happened. I don't know what that means. I don't know if another attempt was made. I hope not. If another attempt was made, I hope her husband was there and got her the proper care. When I read those emails, I tried to sleep and I couldn't. I could not sleep. I had to come out here and stand tall on this. And come out here and say, Noodle Mash, I tagged you in. If you see this, please email me at coacheli@coach@eliasmelas.com. My girlfriend, Dawn, has been through a lot herself. She's willing to talk with you and support you. So am I. We're willing to talk with you and support you free of charge. This stuff we don't charge for. When it comes to somebody that, has contemplated ending themselves, if somebody is in such a distraught state over the stuff that's happening online, because it is serious, we will support you free of charge. We will help you in any way possible free of charge. And we want to help you. Don and I have your back. Don't listen to anything that these people say. Don and I, we want to be here for you. We want to support you through this. We don't ever want you to get in the position where you feel like you want to do that to yourself ever again. And I'm hoping, if James is also severely mentally ill. Yeah, no, he is. Well, yeah. There's something mentally off about James for him to continue to make this type of content despite his contract with Brian or how much he's getting paid or not. It doesn't matter. We got 40 in the box, 4 thumbs up. Thank you for being here. Please smash a thumbs up. Please share this out. So, what I'm going to do, because this is very taxing even for me. I'm very strong, but this This sickens me. This absolutely sickens me more than anything. And if you folks over there at the Legion are going to continue to be cheerleaders for a man that is trying to drive a woman to end herself through his postings and other things, there was a stream, I guess, that I didn't see it. I guess it was deleted. I guess Mrs. Portland did a stream. Correct me if I'm wrong, Anti-Liking Legion. I'm sure you know this. Somebody knows this. I didn't see the stream. I can't see everything, but I'm hearing these things, and they've got to be addressed. I guess Mrs. Portland did a stream, and the entire Legion went there and was attacking Noodle Mash. Why? Because she left the Legion? Rightfully so. I think the Legion should be dissolved completely. I think the entire Legion needs to be dissolved for the sanity of everyone, including the people that support Jamie. Including for Jamie's own sanity, too. It needs to be dissolved. Because this continues to get more and more amped up. It continues to be more and more amped up, and people are going to get seriously hurt in the real world, or people are going to do things to themselves. And it's not right. It needs to be stopped. Anti-Liking Legion, with all respect, any person will tell you only professionals should be treating and dealing with people with these tendencies. I'm trying to be delicate as I know your natural desires to help. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist. Okay? I would suggest for Noodle Mash to see a therapist or psychologist. But why can't Don and I be just friends to her behind the scenes? Why can't we just be friends? Forget about the life coaching title here, man. I know you're trying to be delicate here, but why can't we just have a friendly conversation with her and welcome her, to our life as friends and say, hey, Noodle, we've got your back. Ignore these people. Ignore what Jamie says. Let Don and I handle it for you. If you want to come on a panel with us over here, knowing that we have your back, cool. We want her to know that she's not alone. So this has nothing to do with me trying to be a therapist. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm a coach, and I'm a human being that cares about this person, and so does my girlfriend. And we just want to reach out and say, hey, you got 2 new friends that really care about you if you want that. So I get what you're saying, Anti-Liking Legion. But this is something that needs to be addressed publicly out here on YouTube. This needs to be publicly addressed before more people, get hurt, or an attempt to get them to hurt is made. We need to address this publicly. So, what I'm going to do, we're at 23 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and read the latest posting from Noodle Mash 8 hours ago. And I'm going to dissect what I feel she meant. After that, I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to share more about what Jamie has done that I feel could possibly be driving this woman to do something that I hope she doesn't do. Okay. 8 hours ago, Noodle Mash posts, I don't know why I expected anyone to do or say the right thing. Well, I've got your back. So does Don. We've got your back here, 100 million%. Noodle Mash, we've got your back. There are lots of people that have your back, but the crazy, vile nature of Jamie and the Liking Legion, a bunch of misfits, a bunch of very mentally ill people, very mentally and emotionally unstable people that can't, that can't decipher right from wrong. These people are sick in the head, Noodle Mash. And to a certain extent, I'm beginning to believe that, even if Jamie thinks that he's just acting here and playing the role that his sponsor Brian wants him to play, even if it's that, whatever it is, Jamie's choosing to do it, and he has no moral compass. If he's choosing to do it even for money, he has no moral compass, and that makes you a bit sick in the head too, or very sick in the head, James. For whatever reason you're creating this type of content, paid or not, sponsored or not, it's wrong, dude. And it makes me question your moral compass as a human being. Even if it's fake instigated drama, it is wrong. Especially if you're going to drive someone to potentially end themselves. That's horrible, dude. You're a horrible human being, dude. You said all the right things, Noodle Mash. We got your back. I showed 2 hours of proof that I did nothing even when she came after me over and over. Well, I believe you, so does Don, and we all believe you here. So we want to support you. We respect you. We understand what you're going through. We've known the person that has put you in this mess for years, and we know what he's done to other people for 6 years. So we automatically believe you, regardless of what you say, Noodle Mash. But the fact that you clearly stated this, in the ways it happened, you're telling the truth. I saw your show. I agree with everything you're saying. I'm being unbiased here too. I'm not just saying that to say it. In an unbiased way, you're absolutely right. You show 2 hours of proof. I saw all of it on the screen. I heard your stream, and yeah, she provoked you. Of course she did. That's what Mrs. P does. She provokes everyone. That's her nature. Anti-liking is a great idea. Reaching out and offering friendship is a beautiful thing. Well, yeah, thank you. Thank you for understanding. I appreciate it. Thank you. Anti-liking Legion. 46 in the box, 5 thumbs up. Please smash a thumbs up. Please share this out. Furthermore, Noodle Mash says on her posting 8 hours ago, and not only did you ignore it, some of you who were supposed to be my friends decided to actually help in the abuse against me. Well, that's because that's the agenda of the Legion. If they don't conform to the agenda of Jamie and Brian and anyone at the top of the Legion, which is, I believe, those two, Jamie and Brian, then they get exiled, removed, kicked out, and then they come at you, attack you, and use you as their content, and keep pushing your buttons, even to the point of where you would consider offing yourself or ending yourselves, right? It's not right. That's been the MO of Jamie for 6 years now. Nothing new. It's not right. So again, and not only did you ignore it, some of you who were supposed to be my friends decided to actually help in the abuse against me, against my family. Used my dead mother as a weapon. That's despicable. Despicable. Just like J.B. Gunner spit on my father's grave. You guys tried to emotionally tear Noodle Mash down by using her mother who passed away as a weapon. Jamie, you should be really fucking ashamed of yourself, dude. Dude, I swear to God, the fact that you have no shame creating this type of content, whether it's fake instigated or real or a combination of both or store-bought or not, it doesn't matter. The fact is you're creating it, and you should be fucking ashamed of yourself, dude. You should be. Really, seriously, you should be. And for what? And then she goes, well, you got your wish. And right then and there, after I got those emails from multiple people that I trust and care for, that they will remain nameless, and they said that Noodle Mash is a 3-time survivor of attempting to end herself or end her life. What do you think she means right here? Well, you got your wish. I really hope Noodle Mash is safe with her husband and doing well. Because if something happens to her, if something happens to Noodle Mash regarding this is going to create World War III out here on YouTube. Not only by me, but by many other creators. If something happens to Noodle Mash and she doesn't return, this is going to create some serious shit out here. Now, I don't care what you think about. There are people out here that are friends with Jamie behind the scenes. They know Jamie in the real world, and they think Jamie's a stellar guy in the real world. Fine, no problem. That's your choice, how you want to feel about him off of YouTube. But what are your thoughts about him on YouTube, and do you feel that this was taken too far? How can anyone condone this type of behavior? How can anyone condone this? Seriously, how can anyone condone this type of behavior? Anti-Like Legion says, James, as we all know, was emotionally traumatized because of the swinging relationships. Okay. His mom's solution was to send him to therapy. We all know where to come looking for you, James. Well, I mean, if he was traumatized because of his parents' activities, which he's publicly mentioned, then, and he went to therapy and that didn't help, then he should have gone to more therapy. I mean, seriously, Anti-Like Legion, you think that Jamie is behaving this way because he's holding on to resentment of his parents' activities in the bedroom? I mean, do you really think that at age 39 that's still traumatizing him and he hasn't been able to work through it? Or do you think this is more so the sponsor, Brian, is forcing him to create this type of content, or he pulls payment? That what I can tell, and what I know about James is he's a control freak. But what I'm seeing also is that Brian's a control freak because he has money. And I think Brian never got his way until he had money. But now that he has money, he thinks he can control and buy everything. And that's pretty sad. It's really sad and pathetic. So you got two guys here that are control freaks because they've never been in control of their lives and they've never had the respect from people in a normal way. So they have to do crazy shit or buy people to like them, which it's fake. It's all these people don't really like, these people don't really like Jamie and Brian. They don't. They're there for the cringy entertainment content that gets their mind off of things. It's stupid. It's just stupid and dumb. We are at 33 minutes. I'm going to step away and take a quick break. And I'm going to come back for about another 45 minutes to an hour. And I'm going to share Jamie's part in this, because Jamie has a huge part in this. And he spoke out, and I'm just flabbergasted by what this guy has put out publicly. And I've screenshot the whole thing. So if he deletes it, I've got it. You got to screenshot take screenshots of these things because they could be deleted anytime. But if you haven't seen what he's already written about this, I'm going to dissect it and share my thoughts line by line. And you're going to have to wait and hear what I have to say about this. So we're at 34 minutes. I'm going to take a quick break. We have 46 in the box, 5 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up. Please share this out. Queuing up some royalty-free YouTube music here. Dawn is sound asleep. Yeah, give me a second here. Man. This is just unbelievable. Like, I don't even know what to think anymore. I just can't see how one person continues to get away with this. I just don't get it. He's got an RO on himself, and he still continues to do the same stuff that got him the RO. And he's lucky that I don't file an RO on him. I'm never going to. I mean, there's so many things that I could do to this guy. I could sue him for copyright infringement. I could sue him for defamation of character. I could get a restraining order on him. He's threatened me many times. He's done so many crazy things. And if you're going to try to antagonize me again to just shut my mouth and do it, James, I'm not going to do it. You want to know why? Because I'm strong. And I'm going to stand up to you and in your bullying right here, one-on-one. I'm going to stand up to you on behalf of everyone else, too. In this case, this is the one time I will fight for every third party that's been abused by you or is currently being abused by you or anyone in the future that will be abused by you. I will fight for them. This is the only time I will stand up for third parties because I'm not typically a third party type of person. Let me see here. All right, music is all queued up. 47 in the box, 5 thumbs up. I'm going to step away for a quick break, and I'll be back in about 5 to 7 or 8 minutes. We're going to continue for a little bit longer. So stick around. We'll be right back. We're back live. And we are just going to scratch it and get right back down to business. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Live here on YouTube, live on Coach Eli 2, authentic live streams, the most positive place on the internet. We keep it positive, but we also keep it very raw and real at the same time. We mean no harm here. We are just here to truly help people from the bottom of our hearts. And sometimes we have to step away. This could be considered a coaching tip here on how to handle these situations, so you don't take things too far with yourself and do something that someone pushes you to do that you shouldn't do. RJ Sandiford, how are you doing? How are you doing, RJ? Welcome to the show. RJ, I got your Facebook message behind the scenes, but I didn't have a chance to respond. I was just about to go live. Wow. RJ says, I propose we come up with a name for our community. Amen. RJ, just so you know, there's a 1 minute, I can't even talk, there's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. So it'll take a few for me to respond. Furthermore, RJ says, we are the revolution because we are making YouTube a safer place. Yeah, see, RJ, here's the thing. I really want to make it clear that I've never wanted to control anyone in regards to where they should or shouldn't go on YouTube. All I've done is stand up for people that have been bullied and harassed and abused. And what you're seeing here, RJ, is you're seeing a creator that is self-destructing in real time. He's just self-destructing in real time, trying to keep his business going that was never meant to be sustainable long-term in the first place. He's being sponsored by a crazy sponsor that has no morals, values, and ethics. And I firmly believe Brian is pushing Jamie to create this type of content, at least somewhat. Do I also somewhat feel that Jamie is lashing back at things that he feels he's dealt with in life? Maybe, stemming back to his childhood. Sure, it's all a combination, but that doesn't make what he's doing right, regardless of whatever reason he's doing it for. It's harming people. I don't know if you heard about the Noodle Mash situation. We've been talking about it here, RJ. Noodle Mash, I heard from many people behind the scenes that are going to remain nameless that, she's a 3-time survivor of someone that tried to end themselves. We have to talk YouTube speak. I'm sure you can figure that out. And I've been told that she may have made another attempt at that because of the harassment and vile things that Jamie and the Legion have said, and things that they've done. And Jamie and the Legion people are going to argue that, we're just stating our opinions and this and that. No, you guys are pushing someone that has been known to be a person that has attempted this on 3 other occasions. And because you know that, you are pushing a person like that to do that again. And that's really, really sad. That's really, really sickening and despicable. The most despicable act of the Legion yet, in my opinion. Caring for others and cleaning up the filth like James. Yeah. 40 in the box, 6 thumbs up. Please smash thumbs up. Please share this out. Thank you for being here, RJ. Yeah, RJ, if you want to stream together at some point, we can. You let me know. But I gotta know. But I gotta know. I can't even talk. I'm tired. I gotta know that you're in this for the right reasons, and that no matter what people from Jamie's side says, we've got to stand up for what's right and try to stop what's wrong. That's all this boils down to, I'm just, I don't know. I'm very disturbed by this. I'm very, very disturbed. I'm almost about to have a panic attack live on the air. I'm just trying to keep it together. I'm just really trying to keep it together. I'm sorry, folks. I'm very strong, but this is pushing me to my outer limits, you know? Anyway, during the second part of the show here, I'm going to read some community postings that Jamie put up on his General Legion 2 channel. I'm going to share with you my thoughts about it, okay? So, let's start off 12 hours ago. Jamie was writing to Noodle Mesh, and he says, Noodle, stop guilt-tripping my people behind the scenes to get people you don't like in legal trouble. Why don't you stop attacking people, Jamie? Even if it's part of your fake instigated drama content, it harms people in realistic ways. You don't have a leg to stand on to even say something like this when you're creating these issues for yourself. And are they your people, Jamie? Do you own them? Or are these people that are just acting on their own? Are these people acting on your behalf, or are they acting on their own? Because if they're acting on your behalf, then you're going to be legally liable for these people as well. Do you want to be legally responsible for the people of your legion, or are they individuals? Furthermore, James says the buck stops here. Well, it should stop with you. The buck should stop with you. You should stop doing this. Bottom line. You're creating all this because you know it's going to stir up the pot. We're all going to talk about it, and it's going to create a back and forth, and people are going to tune in, and they're going to donate, right? You don't care if somebody ends themselves or takes their own life as long as you get paid, dude. That's pretty crappy, dude. That's the crappiest thing ever. When I told Dawn about this, Dawn was so sickened. I said, babe, I got it. You know, she told me, go do a show. Take care of this. They don't want me going on there right now. So, yeah. James says, I have ignored you for the most part since our falling out, but you're going too far now. She's not talking about you. If your people are attacking her behind the scenes in the Discords or wherever, she has the right to defend herself. But you're inserting yourself like you always do. You always insert yourself in everything that doesn't involve you, James, because you want to make content out of it. That's all it boils down to. You're a hypocrite, dude. You're the biggest hypocrite on the planet. Your entire existence on here is completely and utterly pointless. So is yours, but hers is not. I didn't say that the right way. Your existence on here is completely and utterly pointless. What do? You talk shit about people all day. You attack and harass people and create fake instigated drama. You stalk people all over the internet. You do that to me. Every day, you rebroadcast me every day. You also rebroadcast my members-only live streams. You bought a membership on my channel here. And then you steal my members-only paywall content and rebroadcast it on Rumble for free. Does that make it right? Is that real content? No. You don't have any real content. Whenever you try to make real content, nobody shows up. They get bored. You're one that should talk, man. You're not even entertaining to listen to. I like her. I listened to her entire 2.5-hour show. And I liked it. And I like who she is, and I support her. You're projecting, dude. You're not entertaining to listen to. You have to do this crazy stuff to get attention because you're not entertaining, dude. Let's go back to your older videos where you sounded monotone. This is one pure projection, man. This isn't right, says RJ. RJ, do you agree? Listen, RJ, I'm not trying to attack anyone. I'm not even trying to feed into drama. I've got to stand up for Noodle Mash. Who knows? She might have already done something to herself. And if she has, I'm telling you, RJ, if she does something to where she does not return, this is going to be World War III. And I'm going to tell you this. I'll talk about it. But this entire sector of anyone that knows Jamie is gonna really, really come at him. This is going to be World War III, RJ. Honestly, I hope you understand it this time, bro. I don't even really want to talk about this, but I have to. It's that important. someone that knows the backstory as well as I do, someone that has the strength and courage and desire to stand up for what's right, for people that are truly being harmed here. God, the level of entitlement of this guy is just beyond asinine. There's no word to describe it anymore. Everyone sees your game. I see your game. Everyone sees Noodle's game. She has no game. She's just trying to be herself. You are playing the big game, and I'm calling you out on your game. Fake instigated drama. Amped up, because that's what Brian wants you to do in order to keep getting payment. That's all it boils down to, right? You got to keep amping it up, because if not, then your own audience will get bored and stop donating to you, and Brian will stop paying you. Then you'll be out of business. No money, no condo, no car, no nothing. Dude, this is one pure projection. You ain't slick, and you ain't some mega genius either. She's not trying to say she's slick, and she's not trying to be a mega genius. And you definitely aren't slick yourself, and you're not a mega genius. You have intellect, but you're just improperly using it. Nobody has done anything to you besides hurt your fifis with the truth. Excuse me? Excuse me, dude? If anyone is a bigger flip-flopper than RJ Sandiford, no disrespect, RJ, Jamie is the one that's caused you to flip back and forth all these times. Now, RJ, you've owned it. You've done that on your own, but you know that Jamie was a big part of that, right? But if anyone's the biggest flip-flopper, it's Jamie, because initially he's standing up when Noodle Mash was a part of the Legion a few years back, when this whole, stalking order case was happening. Jamie was supporting her, and Jamie was going at Mrs. Portland, right? Now, all of a sudden, Noodle Mash leaves the Legion, right? And all of a sudden, now Jamie's taking Mrs. P's side and going at Noodle Mash. Flip-flop. Whose side are you on, dude? You're on nobody's side besides the side that gets you the most clicks and the most donations. That's it. You make no sense, dude. This makes 0 sense, dude. And I got a new name for your little crew, since Noodletonians is too good of a name for you. Wow, this guy's really triggered. You're triggered because she left you, dude. Like everyone leaves you, and everyone's going to keep leaving you if you keep behaving this way and doing this stupid shit. I'm taking it back. You are now the Noodle Nutters. Dude, you're the lichen phony. You're lichen phony because you're fake instigated drama. So we'll just call you lichen phony, right? There's your name. Since you all are effing whacked out of your minds with delusional narcissism and fiend moral outrage, dude, are you trying to sound all fancy and shit with your verbiage? You're describing your own behavior there, dude. You're whacked out of your mind with delusional narcissism and moral outrage. You have no morals, values, and ethics, dude. All you care about is amping it up to keep getting the views, to keep getting people tuning in and donating to you and satisfying your sponsorship. That's all it boils down to, right? And because you've lost a lot of support, you got to amp it up now to try to get more attention and reel more people in. Like I said on my previous show, now you're trying to leverage the gig economy that you found out about through me. You're trying to leverage Real Talk with Roy, Dennis Jerome Jr., Hot Facts with Robert Reese. I see the desperation in you, dude. This whole posting, dude, is one big projection and makes zero sense, dude. None. Anti-Liking Legion says, James, where is this content you said you have? All we have ever seen was you behaving like a gossipy old lady. Men do not act like you. That's true. RJ Sandifer says, if she has harmed herself, then it would be his fault. Yeah, I agree. And I'm telling you right now, like the court of public opinion, if she's harmed herself in any way, RJ, especially if she does what I hope she doesn't do, oh, it's going to fall all on him. And I can tell you this, Noodle Mash's husband will probably take some action on that. Like all I'm going to do is report the news and share with people to just avoid this group and protect yourselves. That's all. My involvement is to not take anything legal. But I can't speak on how other people are going to handle it. And I really wish Jamie would just back off and it would all go away. It would all stop for him. This whole thing would stop. 50 in the box, 8 thumbs up. Please smash a thumbs up. Please share this out. RJ Sandifer in the chat says, hashtag Lycan phony. Oh, wow. That's going to trigger James. Even RJ Sandifer, he's going to call you flip-flopper, but I don't care, RJ. You don't care either. Lycan phony. Oh, my God. Furthermore, Jamie says in that posting 12 hours ago, Mrs. P isn't even talking about you either. Are you kidding me? She instigated all this. Are you everywhere? Do you see everything? James, you people constantly poke and prod her for reactions. You do the same thing to me, James, every damn day. You do the same thing to many others. That's all you do is you go around and you poke the bear. And even if people ignore you, you keep poking until people are forced to respond. Hypocrite, dude. Mrs. P talks about her day and enjoying life. Are you kidding me? That's all Mrs. P does. And she wants to be left alone. And you should all leave her alone and forget she exists. Unless you like the back and forth, which you do, and use it for donations, effectively making your exploit a disabled person for your own monetary gain. This is exactly what Jamie does. Folks, let me read his own words. He's accusing Noodle Mash of what he does. You are a pathetic son of a gun, dude. This is, I'm like, I don't even know what to say anymore. You tell me, put a 1 in the chat if you feel Jamie's projecting. He's saying this to Noodle Mash, and it should be for him. Okay? You should all leave her alone and forget she exists unless you like the back and forth. You love the back and forth, James, which you do, and use it for donations. That's all you do. You use the back and forth for donations, effectively making you exploit a disabled person. You're the only one exploiting the disabled people. But then you're flipping it and accusing us of doing it, right? That's your game. That's all you've ever done. And guess what? More and more people are seeing the truth that you're the one exploiting the disabled, not the people you're accusing of doing it. Exploit a disabled person for your own monetary gain. You should be ashamed of yourself, James. This is pathetic, dude. You're just a complete and utter lowlife. What are you, dude? What is your claim to fame out here? Right? What is your purpose of being on YouTube? What kind of content do you create? What is the genre of content you create? Pop culture? You're not pop culture. You're drama shit disturber. You're hateful and abusive content. You're about trash talking people and instigating things with people in a fake way. And I'm not going to read what he said next. He said, go lick a cat rear end or something, right? Wow, how pathetic. I'm not even going to read the 51 comments from his people because those people are just patsies. They're just conformists. They're just going along for the ride because they go along with whatever, Jamie says, whether they agree with him or not. $11 hours ago in another posting. Okay. This continues, okay? RG Sandifer says, 1, Lycan Moon. The Moon is very upset. They are ganging up on Noodle, right? Oh, yeah. I'm upset, too. So is Don. 56 in the box. 8 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up. Please share this out. We are at 1 hour and 4 minutes, okay? Let's see here. This show is not going to be too long. Maybe an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes. That's good. More people will see it on the replay. 11 hours ago, and right now the time of this show live is 3:40 a.m. Pacific time, 6:40 a.m. Eastern time on Tuesday, May 14th, 2024. ROs are to keep people safe from real-life danger. Well, you are a real life danger with what you do out here on YouTube. You are driving people to end themselves, James. And you're doing it on purpose, but you're not admitting it. Like, honestly, I think you're such a hurt and scorned person that when somebody leaves you from the Legion, it reminds you of some childhood trauma of maybe your family not being for you there in certain situations that you wish they could. There's something triggering you. There's some past trauma that you have not worked through. You haven't let go of that resentment. So whenever anyone leaves your group, you feel like it's a girlfriend dumping you, or you feel like your own family is letting you go or dumping you or removing you from their life. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but that's how you're feeling for some reason. Something happened to you at a young age and you haven't worked through it. And until you work through it, dude, your behavior is very apparent to some past trauma, unresolved trauma. That's my opinion. So our roles are to keep people safe from real life danger and not to hold over people's heads online to bully them into silence. That's all you do here every day, damn it. Everything you post here is exactly who you are and what you do. You're the biggest hypocrite on the planet, dude. And you know you're being hypocritical because you know I'm going to respond, and so will many others. If you're pouring over every little comment just to be pedantic, I've never even heard of that word. What is this word? What does this mean? Many of the essays are long, dense, and too pedantic to hold great appeal. So pedantic is when people write a book to respond to the BS you're calling them out on for fake instigated drama, views and donations and stuff like that. Nice fancy word there. And throw your weight around screaming violation. Mrs. P did violate it. In my opinion, she did. From what I saw, she did. And I know how Mrs. P is. She gets triggered very easily. Over the smallest thing. You're not in any danger. How do you know that? Are you the one that decides whether she's in danger or not? No, that's the court of law. If she feels she's in danger and she can provide enough proof to the court to lead the court to believe that she's in danger and they decide that she's in danger, that's all that matters, not what you say. You're just being an egotistical jerk. No, you're being an egotistical jerk. You're trying to make content out of all this. That's all you care about. So there's that. Wow, man. Wow. The nerve of this dude, the ignorance of this dude is asinine. Anti-Liking Legion says the smart people are distancing them from Lycan. Sorry. The smart people are distancing them from Lycan, L-I-E-C-A-N. Well, it's fake instigated drama. He lies on purpose for the clicks and the reactions and being called out. He loves all the attention because he never got enough attention as a little kid. The problem with you, James, is you never got enough strokes as a little kid from your parents and other people. You never got enough strokes. And now you're out here, trying to lash back and like be this, front man, this tough guy. And it's not working for you, dude. It's not. Anti-Liking Legion says the law made James forfeit his firearm for good reason. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if he's going to behave this way, even if it's for fake instigated drama, it genuinely hurts people. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, they stripped him of his Second Amendment rights for at least the next 3 years. RJ Sandifer says, come join the revolution. Let's make YouTube a safer place. Right, RJ. RJ, you and I will talk behind the scenes. And listen, here's the thing. I'm gonna talk about our Discords. Really a safe place to communicate in between live streams if you're a part of YouTube communities. I'm gonna go over one more posting here that Jamie put out. And then I'm going to talk about the Discords and all that. Do I feel people should be a part of those groups or not? How toxic are they, etc.? And what's a better way to tackle it? But first, the final posting 9 hours ago, Jamie says, thanks for proving my point. What point did Noodle prove? You just used Miss P again for donations. No, she was standing up for herself against all the vile stuff that you're trying to create in a fake instigated way so you can capitalize off of her. You're basically calling her out for the same thing you're doing, dude. Listen, your little stalking order ain't shit. Are you kidding me? You've got a 3-year restraining order from Granny's watching Jess. You're one that shouldn't be talking, right? Like, I don't understand. You got a restraining order on you, right? She's got a harassment, she's got a stalking order, which also includes harassment, okay? A stalking order is the highest order in most states. Here in California, it's combined. It's harassment and stalking. When you get a restraining order here in California, it covers you for stalking and harassment. In other states, they have it in levels, I believe, including in Florida, including in Oregon. There's a harassment order, and then there's stalking. And the stalking order is higher than the harassment order, but it includes harassment, okay? She got a stalking order, okay? A lifetime stalking order. That's pretty serious shit. They're not just going to hand that out. You're trying to make it sound like it's so easy that you're trying to discredit her validity of getting it. My God, this dude never accepts responsibility for anything. You have never once accepted responsibility for anything, James. That's your problem. Your ego is just so inflated like your head. Anybody in Oregon can get a stalking order. It's apparently very easy to get one there. You're wrong, dude. That's just plain ignorance, dude. You're just being ignorant on purpose because you're triggered that, she left the Legion and she's out here doing something and growing without you and building her own community just like I am. You're mad because people are leaving you and doing their own thing and we don't need you anymore. And quite frankly, James, we never needed you in the first place. We wanted to be a part of what you're doing. You used to be a little bit nicer back in the days, but you've really taken things way too far. So no one wants to be a part of your group anymore, dude. Now you still have some support, but the more and more you keep doing this vile stuff, more and more people are going to leave. Can someone explain to me how someone gets a stalking order on someone that they are actively stalking? How is she stalking her? Noodle's not stalking Miss P. Now, she is allowed to talk about the case if she wants to, because she is the one that got the order on Mrs. P, not the other way around. She's allowed to talk about the fact that she has an order to make the public aware of it. What is wrong with that? Okay? You talked about it in a roundabout way, and Granny's watching Jess talked about it. She's allowed to talk about it. And you talked about it in a roundabout way without mentioning her name, which you have a right to do that to a certain extent. But then you got to just move on and let it go. And you know what? I'll tell you what. Looks like Jess silenced you. You haven't talked about her. She silenced you. And you don't like that, but she did. You must have gone over 20 of her comments and posts following every little thing she says on the platform. She has the right to quietly watch what she says and does. And if Mrs. P talks about her in any way, shape, or form, or comments about her anywhere, she can report that as a violation. And Granny's watching Jess can do the same thing to you. So what's your problem, James? Are you triggered because someone left you again? Everyone's going to leave you, James. You're going to have 0 left. You're going to have nothing left soon, dude. If you keep going down this route. And it's going to get worse for you too, dude. I really hope you back off and turn things around for yourself. But if you keep on pushing at this level for whatever reason, whether you're getting paid by Brian or not or whatever, right? It's going to get worse for you. I'm not going to do shit. All I'm doing is reporting the news. I'm just reporting the news. That's it. And I'm trying to help people better their lives and give them a more positive place to go to. I'm also trying to help prevent a woman from ending herself that has been pushed to her outer limits by you. Anti-Lycan says, you are not required, Lycan. People now see right through you. They always have, but it's becoming more and more apparent. 55 in the box, 8 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up and please share this out. And start getting your final questions, comments, and concerns. We're going to be going off the air in about 5 to 10 minutes. We're at an hour and 16 minutes. Meanwhile, Mrs. P is just trying to live her best life with her husband. Are you kidding me, dude? Would you like me to whip out? See, this is the thing. I got videos of everyone for the last 6 years. Would you like me to whip out videos where you went at Mrs. P and you were buddy with Noodle and do reaction videos to those? Maybe I'll do it on like Rumble because you'll flag me for copyright here. I know you will, right? Would you like me to whip out those videos and show people that you're always on the side that best benefits you, regardless if you're right or wrong about what you're saying? Again, you were supportive of Noodle when she was supporting you for the same thing that you now are against Noodle, and now you're back to supporting Mrs. P when before you would blast Mrs. P. Like, come on, dude, make up your fucking mind. Like, tell me in the chat, Anti-Lycan Legion, is he a hypocrite? Did you see all this? Do you see, like, if you're good with the Legion, then he'll go to bat for you and go against Mrs. P. But now Noodle left because she's tired of all the garbage over there at the Legion. And all of a sudden now Jamie's white knighting for Mrs. P and going at Noodle to the point of where he's pushing her to hopefully not take it too far and not end things. I hope she doesn't do that. Who's the real stalker here? Well, obviously skewed by his audience, 252 votes, 67% Noodle Mash, 33% Mrs. P. Okay? It's obviously a skewed poll by his audience of people that I don't even think really truly like him. They just have no other place to go because they're misfits just like James. All right. Before I get off the air here, well, first of all, Anti-Lycan Legion says he cannot flag anyone on YouTube. Eli, he is banned. Look, we even have his old logo, LOL. No, I get that. Yeah, he fears if he files copyright, or if you file copyright on him and he files a counter notification, YouTube will shut his channels down for ban evading, for circumventing, right? I'm still not going to take that chance with him. Because I think Jamie would do whatever he can to get me shut down. That's why I'm very careful when it comes to him and everyone else. I don't trust him. I don't. When it comes to my channel, I don't trust anyone besides Don and my family. That's it. Bottom line. And I no longer have another channel manager. That channel manager has been removed. It's just myself and Don managing the channels at a manager level. Only Don and I can file copyright takedown notices on both channels, including the main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. One final thought here before we go off the air. We are at 1 hour and 19 minutes, okay? This is where the problem lies within all these drama groups on YouTube, or all these groups on YouTube, is these creators invite you to join their discords, right? There are many discords behind the scenes that allow you folks to keep in touch with each other in between live streams, right? The problem is they're very toxic. I used to run a Discord years ago, and it got so toxic with sock accounts and people coming in there and trash talking and sharing stupid shit that I shut it down. I think I still have it, but I booted everyone out and I don't use it. My advice to those of you that don't want to be attacked, don't want anything and everything you post in these Discords used against you, is to get on out of the Discords. Stop participating with these groups behind the scenes. I'm not saying to not connect with others behind the scenes, but pick and choose wisely who you connect with, right? If you become a part of a group and it starts to become toxic, if it's not positive, if it's people talking shit about each other and stuff like that, get out of that group. Just leave and go join another more positive group. Like RJ was saying here, we're in progress of creating all that. RJ, like I mentioned in the recent past, the Genuine Networking Association, or GNA for short here, Coach Eli is a subsidiary of my business. I'm Elias Melas, doing business as Genuine Networking Association, or GNA for short. The GNA is also now an LLC, a limited liability company, and we have a legal DBA, and we have a business license, and we have everything that we need. We're going to be revamping the GNA website and creating the forum out there for people to join. And it's going to be a free forum to join, but it will be moderated. It will be moderated, and every posting will need to be manually approved because we do not want to have trolls come in there. So what I'm saying to the trolls right now is this. If you're thinking of coming to troll this forum on the GNA website when it gets revamped and we start to create these forums, every single comment will require manual approval. Your comment will never make it if you're trolling or if you're trash talking. Okay? So we're in progress of making that happen, and we're going to take a stronger stance and help people with bullying and harassment and online abuse as well, because online abuse has gotten pretty bad. Okay? Just because it's not physical abuse doesn't mean it's not abuse. Okay? Verbal abuse and online abuse, which is a form of verbal abuse, but it's online instead of in person, it's a serious thing. It does affect people. And it does affect some people so badly that they may end up taking their lives over it. And it's happened to several creators out here in the past. And I want to do whatever I can to prevent that from happening. So does Don. That's why we're creating this through the GNA. And so it's going to take some time. Later on this year, we'll have the website revamped and we'll have the new forum, which will be highly moderated, and everything will be manually approved there. So, RJ, I'll talk with you more about that behind the scenes. But yeah, if you're a part of a toxic group in a Discord, or if you're a part of any other forum behind the scenes that's toxic, remove yourself. Get out of that. Because the more you stay in that, okay, you're going to be wasting your time, and eventually anything that you put in there will be used against you as content. And if you put something private in there because the people in there try to love bomb you to get you to say things to use against you for content, that could potentially really harm you and other people that you care for, such as family members, loved ones, etc. All right, folks, we are at 1 hour and 24 minutes. I'm going to wrap this up. It's 3:59 a.m. Pacific time, 6:59 a.m. Eastern, almost 7 a.m. Eastern, almost 4 a.m. Pacific. Quick show, got the point across. I'm going to shut things down. I'm going to get some rest. I haven't done a walk in a few days. I'll probably do a walk later today. Also, in 2 days, on the 16th, is Don's 49th birthday. We're going to be doing a special birthday bash for Don, and we're probably also going to have some special guests, with our most special trusted members on a panel. So we're probably going to end up doing this show public. I have not decided if we're going to do it members only or not. More than likely, what I meant to say is we're going to do it public. And if we do it public, we're going to have some people hopefully come on the panel. We can invite people like, Patty and Tia, and even if you want to pop on RJ Sandifer and some other people, I can send you the StreamYard link behind the scenes. I will not put it publicly in the chat. Yeah, Patty, catch the replay. I ended up waking up. I couldn't sleep. And yeah, Patty, just check it out. Check it out. We've got Noodles back. See you, Eli and Patty. See you, Anti-Like Legion. We're about to go off the air, but I'm hoping that Noodle's okay. If not, like I said earlier in the show, it's going to cause World War III out here. All right, folks. So yeah, the show with Dawn and I for her 49th birthday will be this Thursday evening, probably around 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern, which is 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Pacific. We're probably going to do it publicly with some people on a panel, but there's still a possibility we might do it members only. We're not quite sure. It'll probably more than likely be publicly available. Okay. And then I am still trying to arrange a time to do the show with Sharon, Southern Sassy Girl. And Sharon has been through the ringer on this platform. She's a mother of, I believe, 2 kids that one of her exes, that I believe is at least the father of one of her kids, has been going on live stream panels with other creators out here and just bashing Sharon for no reason. It's pretty pathetic. We're going to have Sharon come on and share her side of the story. And yeah, it's going to be good. So look for that show as well. If that show doesn't happen sometime this week, it'll probably happen sometime next week. So with that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, we're leaving 49 in the box. 10 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up. Please share this out. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, thanks. Talk soon, says Patty. Bingo to each other.